Help the Crowd Shout Radio Show grow and thrive by doing something you already do. Shop on Amazon. Amazon always has great deals for whatever you are looking for. From survivalists and riot gear to beanie babies. Next time you're going to shop at Amazon, use my link. The prices stay the same, but I get credit for the sale. Just go to tinyurl.com/LouisB and just shop normally, knowing that you're helping support the Crotch Shot Radio Show. That's tinyurl.com/LouisB.
Warning.
This show contains mature content. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
One angry New York City Puerto Rican decided to start a radio show. Determined to piss the world off by shoving a mirror in front of society's face. He kicked them in the balls.
What are you? Who are you?
This is the Crotch Shot Radio Show. Crotch Shot Radio Show.
This is not a test. This is a broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air.
And now, Louis B.
Welcome to the Crowd Shout Radio Show, where we kick the issues in the balls. We are on an active war against bullshit. We would do anything and everything to expose bullshit. The ends sometimes justify the means. So if you're angry and want the truth exposed, then strap in and prepare to be shocked. This is Smash Mouth Talk. If you can't accept that, then fuck off. I am your host, Louis B. I takes no bullshit from nobody. I actually expose the bullshit of society and chop it up into easy to digest chunks for you. Today will not be any different today. I personally would rather be dead than red. Of course, I'm talking about I would rather be dead than live under communism. I hate the concept of communism. I hate the history of communism. And hate is a strong word. Yes, I hate communism more than a KKK hates a Jew. I hate communism more than a white supremacist hates a black person. Yes, I am bigoted towards communism. Communism to me is disgusting. It is vile. It is evil. So, you know, and the reason why I'm bringing this up because Sunday was the Puerto Rican Day Parade, where we as Puerto Ricans celebrate our culture, our contributions to American society. Unlike other ethnic groups, I am talking, of course, of Mexicans and, of course, Muslims, that a lot of times when they come here, they don't assimilate, they don't add. Yes, there were Mexicans that have. All right, fine. I'm talking about specifically the illegals. I'm talking about migrants that come here and they don't contribute to the culture or society or American society. But Puerto Ricans, we've helped advance music, the arts, science, like a lot of aspects in American culture. But Mildred in the chat room, he goes, I hate the excuse for I hate the excuse of communism. Yeah. The fact that it's never worked once. It's never worked. It's caused the death of millions. It's still causing death in places like North Korea. Or is it South Korea? I keep forgetting. Off the top of my head, I keep forgetting which is the bad Korea. And you hear stories coming out of the communist regime in fuck. Okay, wait. Kim Jong-un. Okay, wait. Okay, let me just not be a fucking ignoramus here. North Korea. There we go. Whenever it fails, it's called not real communism, as if that's not just another form of no true Scotsman. Okay, says Mildred in the chat room. And the reason, again, and the reason why specifically I'm bringing up the Puerto Rican Day Parade, because some fucking speaker in the New York City City Council decided it would be a good idea to have a communist terrorist from a Puerto Rican terrorist organization, which I am sad to say, which are with their Marxist ideals. These to lead the parade after Abomination commuted his sentence. First of all, I agree with the Chelsea Manning or Bradley Manning, his sentence being commuted, because the army was committing crimes. The government was committing crimes, and it had to be exposed. I mean, I don't know why freaking Alex Jones reversed his opinion of her or him, whatever. He decided to get a sex change, so whatever. People like that, when you're exposing crimes, that's fine. Commute that person's sentence. However, when you have killed people, or your actions have killed people in the name of turning a country into a communist state, which would cause the murder and death of others, no, you stay your ass in jail. In fact, you die in jail. In fact, here, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this article from Politico. On January 17th, as one of the final acts of his presidency, Barack Obama commuted the sentence of 74-year-old Oscar Lopez Rivera, the Puerto Rican nationalist who had served 35 years of a 55-year conviction for the crime of seditious conspiracy, as well as attempted robbery, explosives, and vehicle theft charges. Thanks to Obama's intercession, Lopez will be freed in May. Yeah. In some quarters, Obama's decision was greeted with elation. Spontaneous celebration broke out in San Juan. Luis Gutierrez, a Democratic congressman from Illinois who represents the West Side of Chicago neighborhood in which Lopez grew up, said in a statement that he was overjoyed and overwhelmed. Oh, well, Luis Gutierrez, you are scum. And I hope you get voted out. By Lopez's release, Oscar is a friend, a mentor, and family to me. See, further proof that the Democratic Party is full of nothing but fucking commie bastards. Commie bastards. I'm just getting more pissed off. Sorry. Wrote Gutierrez, according to the New York Daily News, Melissa Mark Vivritio, the Speaker of the New York City Council and rising Democratic Party star, cried when she heard the news, calling Lopez's release incredible and a morale boost for Puerto Rico. Okay. As a Puerto Rican, the FALN wanted to turn Puerto Rico into a communist Marxist state. These idiots wanted to put a more authoritarian government in place. Do not get me wrong. The U.S. fucked with that island. The U.S. has constantly fucked with that island. The U.S., when they took over, they killed millions, if not, well, thousands, if not millions of Puerto Ricans. Allowed medical experiments on our people. And I just hate how they fucking juxtapose Don Pedro Albizu Campos, who was for Puerto Rican independence, who was Harvard trained, who actually fought against communists, and they juxtaposed him with Oscar Lopez Rivera, who was a communist. Mildred in the chat room goes, Robert Browning said a man's reach should exceed his grasp, or what's a heaven for. Democrats, on the other hand, opt to exceed their own parity. Yep. Like, honestly. A morale boost. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, surprise, surprise, who lobbied hard for Lopez's commutation, and New York Mayor Bill Dildo Bag de Blasio, both offered Obama their thanks, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, who has been a vocal proponent for Lopez, tweeted that he was sobbing with gratitude. He furthermore added that he would reprise his role in Hamilton for one night in Chicago in Lopez's honor. Well, guess who's not gonna go see that fucking play? And I really wanted to see Hamilton, but you know what? I just can't. I can't now. I can't in good conscience. Because Lin-Manuel Miranda has consistently proven himself a scumbag. I'm with her. Even though she killed people in Benghazi, even though she's more racist than whatever they say Trump is, I'm with her. Fucking robots. Fucking idiots. Like, I'm so smart. You know, stick to rapping, you cocksucker. Because politics you know dick about. First of all, motherfucker, Lin-Manuel Miranda. The whole point of Hamilton was be like, oh, well, if the immigrants get it done. First of all, Puerto Ricans are not immigrants. We can't be immigrants because we have citizenship. The fact that the U.S. government does not want to help us, even though they take a lot of taxes out of us, they don't want to give us help the island with its debt crisis, and it's probably not going to get statehood. And I'm going to talk about that next week. That is the subject for next week's show. I'm still doing the research, but hey, that's a teaser. That's what we call a teaser. Bill de Blasio. Hey, you know what? Comrade. In fact, Curtis Sliwa and Bo Dietl, who's running for mayor, both call him Comrade de Blasio. So you marched alongside someone who was involved in terrorism in this city. Why not invite ISIS? Why not invite fucking George Soros? Why not fucking invite fucking the Rothschilds to march? How about we involve the people that killed Kennedy, the real people behind Kennedy? How's about we allow all the New World Order fucking global elite to march in the fucking parade next year? March alongside them. That'd be nice. How's about we get every fucking enemy of America, real enemy of America, to march? How's about we just have a fucking Villains Day Parade, Villain Pride Parade? How's about we do that? And Bernie Sanders, Comrade Bernie Sanders, who would have been killed under a fucking communist regime, the same as his people were killed under a Nazi regime. The very same. Jews were sent to Siberia. They were sent away to die in the cold fields of Russia, in Siberia. We need to have a communist system in this country. Oh, the rich are getting paid way too much. Who the fuck are you to say how much a person's supposed to make? Like me, I want to be an entrepreneur. In fact, I am trying to be an entrepreneur right now with this website. I mean, with this show. If you didn't hear the commercial I made for Amazon. For the record, if you guys want to help out, please. I'm an Amazon associate. Please use my link to shop at Amazon. I mean, it'll help me upgrade this show, make it better for you guys. Hell, if I make enough money, I freaking be able to like cut down on my job and just do this more, put more time and dedicate more time into this. So, yeah, go to tinyurl.com/LouisB. That's tinyurl.com/LouisB. Look at me. I'm sounding like fucking Alex Jones. Please buy my snake oil. Buy my pills. Nah, fuck it. Hell, I just used my own link to buy myself a fucking iron. So, I feel like too many overcompensate for the backlash to the Truman Doctrine, okay? So, here's a video I think from, what the hell? Yeah, this is a video from CBS News.
A controversial figure led off the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York today. Oscar Lopez Rivera was in the first float. He is a former member of a Puerto Rican nationalist group linked to deadly bombings in the 1970s and 80s.
Notice how they keep out a very important detail: a communist Marxist militant group.
He was released from prison last month after President Obama commuted his sentence for seditious conspiracy. Many groups threatened to boycott the parade over plans to honor Lopez Rivera. The parade kicked off as voters went to the polls in Puerto Rico to decide whether the struggling U.S. territory should become the 51st state. Roxana Saberi reports.
For the fifth time in 50 years, Puerto Ricans went to the polls on Sunday to decide whether to become the 51st state of the United States, seek independence, or keep the status quo. Voter Wanda Cruz Rosa said statehood would be good for Puerto Rico, her kids, and grandkids. Puerto Ricans have had U.S. citizenship for the past...
And next week, I will discuss why a Puerto Rican statehood is going to suck.
...century, but they don't pay federal taxes, vote for American presidents, or receive as much federal funding as U.S. states. The referendum comes as Puerto Rico's economy is crumbling. Billions of dollars in debt, the bankrupt island is struggling with failing schools,
and of course, they freaking get rid of the one guy that was actually doing something, Luis Fortuno, who I would love to get on this show. I would love to get on this show because he was actually balancing the budget and making a fucking difference. But hey, he was Republican, so that means he's bad.
Crushing poverty. Nearly 500,000 Puerto Ricans have moved to the U.S. mainland in the past decade, many seeking better jobs. At New York's annual Puerto Rican Day Parade, many people said they hoped for statehood.
It's the best thing that Puerto Rico can go through right now.
It won't. It won't.
With all the debt that they
Oh man, I can't wait for next week.
have.
Why would it help Puerto Rico if it becomes a state?
Overall, if we were treated as equal citizens in the United States, I think it would be a great thing.
Those who oppose statehood warned Puerto Rico could struggle even more financially because it could be forced to pay millions in federal taxes or lose its cultural identity. A concerned Puerto Rican native, Raul Rusi, says,
in fact, if and I love that they just brought this point up, if Puerto Rico became a communist nation, its identity would be lost. Its identity would have been lost. Yeah, I used the right words. I mean, look, a lot of salsa came out of Cuba before Castro, before the revolution. In fact, there was a documentary that a lot of these musicians had to like play underground. They wouldn't have been free to be culturally Puerto Rican. I wonder who would have been the Castro of Puerto Rico. I wonder who would have been the one that would have killed more Puerto Ricans than probably the U.S. would have done or did during the beginnings of their occupation of Puerto Rico. I mean, culturally, we are a nation already. Culturally, we're a nation.
he doesn't have.
All you got to do is look at this. You think these people have a cultural identity problem?
Even if Puerto Rican residents here and in their homeland vote for their island to become a state, Congress would have to approve. And with the main Puerto Rican opposition parties boycotting the referendum, some U.S. lawmakers are expected to question its legitimacy. Elaine?
Roxana Saberi, thank you.
So yeah, they were talking about how some people actually booed this commie bastard, and good. The ones that were cheering like, yay, we got one over on the government, are a bunch of ill-informed scumbags. They're just idiots that don't know any better, that haven't done any fucking research, that allow Telemundo or Univision to fucking speak for them, saying that this is a good thing. Statehood would be a bad thing. Again, I mean, I'm going to get into more detail next week when I have Rebecca Gitana Torres. She's coming back, and I'm going to be discussing that with her. All my friends are heathens, don't you know? Wait for them to ask you who you know. Okay, so back to this article here. Lopez supporters refer to him as a political prisoner or independence activist. First of all, okay, Again, I'm going to go into more detail next week, but I am for Puerto Rican independence. I am. Because this would be a raw deal. I'm going to touch on it more. Just bear with me. Just trust me on this. I will get into more detail. I am for independence. I mean, as a libertarian, I'm for independence. I'm for, starting industries there again, making it hospitable for businesses, so that way there are more jobs there, so that way our best and brightest will go back to the island and be there and build Puerto Rico up there. Better dead than red. I am better dead than red. I mean, it makes me shudder to think how close Puerto Rico probably came to being under communist rule, and hell, I may not have even been here, because my father came here back in the 70s, back in the 60s, 70s. I probably wouldn't have been born. My father probably would have gotten killed by a communist regime if one would have taken power. There could have not been a crotch shot radio show. They might not would have been a Louis B if communism would have taken effect in Puerto Rico. In fact, he was part of a group called the FALN, which is the Fuerzas Armadas de Liberación Nacional, or Armed Forces of National Liberation, which was a Puerto Rican clandestine paramilitary organization that, through direct action, advocated complete independence for Puerto Rico. At the time of its dissolution, the FALN was responsible for more than 120 bomb attacks on United States targets between 1974 and 1983. For sure, I wouldn't have been fucking born. For sure, I wouldn't have been fucking born. And their ideology was Marxism, Leninism, and communism. Yeah, a communist fucking armed rebellion. And you know what? That is what, and this is what also ties in. That is what fucking what the fuck oh shit, what's the name of that group? Antifa, because most of them follow Leninism, Marxism, and they're starting to get more and more violent with Trump supporters. They're starting to get more and more violent. I mean, look at the videos. They freaking make weapons here in New York. The Antifa group, they were throwing like pepper bombs and shit. They're throwing like animal urine. They're building weapons, and then they hide behind the police, because if we attack them back, if we freaking go retaliate, that is us freaking going to jail. And they're the ones they're fucking punk ass enough that they'll be like, we're gonna call the police. Nah, wait. This is why Antifa is so dangerous to me. This is why Antifa angers me, because the type of government that they are advocating would cause more people to die, will cause people to die in this country alone. And they're really thinking, because most of them are fucking little short-sighted schmucks that probably didn't even do their own goddamn research. They just thought, oh, whoa, wait, I can get free this, free that, and it's the boot, and they learned the word fucking bourgeois. And they're like, oh, well, being rich is wrong. Fucking working hard and becoming being successful and freaking earning enough money to move out of your parents' basement. You can't say that to me, because I don't live in my parents' basement. I got my own motherfucking place, and I work fucking 3 jobs. I fucking work 3 jobs. 4 if you count this one. 5 if you count me pursuing comedy to freaking earn a living, to eke out a living, to fucking struggle my ass off. And you know what? I'm fucking proud I gotta struggle. I like that I have to struggle. I enjoy the fact that I bust my ass, and when I get home, I get to enjoy the shit that I've earned, the fruits of my labor. I don't understand. I can never understand how anyone could want to be like, oh, well, I'm just going to get free shit. I'm going to get free shit. I don't understand that in the least. I don't understand. I mean, if we do not stop Antifa, we're going to have another FALN on our hands. It's not going to just be fucking ISIS we got to worry about bombing us. It's going to be about these fucking selfish little shit dicks that freaking have fucking some sort of fucking personality disorder, some identity crisis that they don't know whether they're man, woman, cat, dog, fucking alien, and they're like, you must accept me. Guru. I don't know why I went guru. I just assumed they do that because they're weird like that. Guru. That's Antifa. That is the shit that I mean, I swear to God, I cannot wait to get my hands on one of these Antifa fucks. I can't wait for one of these motherfuckers to take a swing at me and I fucking beat their ass legally on fucking YouTube. Embarrass them. Have that fucking white tranny come up in my face. That fucking little bitch would have been dead. That fucking fake bitch would have been dead. Get out of my face. We don't want you here. Shut the fuck up. Like fucking. Like, look, I'm a libertarian. Like, live how you want to live your life. Do as long as it doesn't affect others. But don't think I'm like I agree with your lifestyle. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm a libertarian. Do what you want. I'm not gonna fucking stop you. I don't believe we should make laws to stop you as long as you're not hurting other people. Fine. But I don't agree with your lifestyle. I don't. I can't. And I'm really getting tired of the fucking cop-out because they don't have any fucking real goddamn argument. Oh, you must be a closet case because you don't agree with my lifestyle. How the fuck does that make any sense, motherfucker? Tell me, how the fuck does that make any sense? You want me to fucking accept a fucking terrorist, someone that fucking killed a bunch of people to advance communism, which would have killed more of my people, would have probably killed more people than the U.S. has done. And don't get me wrong, I do want independence for my island, but I want it to be a republic. I want it to be a libertarian republic. I want it to be so that way my people can be who they are and work. My grandfather, may he rest in peace, he didn't have a high school education. He barely even had a middle school education. But when he came here, when he moved here, he busted his ass. He freaking ended up being a member of a union. He ended up learning how to weld, and he freaking was able to raise my mother and her 2 brothers. Didn't get no welfare. He fucking looked down on welfare. He fucking looked down on motherfuckers that didn't work. He busted his ass. He quit school to take care of his family on the island. He went to work. He did work. I mean, if I could quote the late Big Black Boykin from Robin Big, do work, son. Do work. But Antifa don't want to do work. They want to steal. They're a bunch of fucking thieves. And you know what? That is the best way to fucking describe them. They're nothing but thieves. Antifa are thieves. Communists are thieves. They want to work other people to death while they all sit down, bust their ass, and like, oh, I'm gonna paint a picture. I'm an artist. I'm an artist too. But you don't see me saying, oh, well, somebody should subsidize me while I freaking pursue my dream of talking shit on stage to make people laugh. No, I'll work those 3 jobs. I'll bust my ass. I'll write, and I'll fucking overcome this fucking socialist fucking leftist bullshit that's in the fucking comedy community. I will get better than them. I will become funnier, and I'll become more successful. While they're all fucking sipping on gin and sipping on fucking ramen noodles, fucking wondering where their fucking life went, I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be busting my ass. And you know what? I'm not gonna be one of these fucking liberal motherfuckers that, oh my goodness, I can't hell, have you noticed that a lot of the most successful comics are fucking a lot of the old school comics are fucking conservatives? Well, actually, I would say more libertarian, but they're fiscally conservative. I mean, I'm telling you, you know what? And I forgot who made this quote, so if you guys know who said this, feel free and email me at crotchoutradio@yahoo.com or send me a Twitter at LouisB1 on Twitter or on Gab. But basically, they said a liberal is basically a Republican that hasn't earned money yet. Or is it a Democrat is basically a Republican that hasn't earned any money yet? Who hasn't had to work to earn money. Something like that. I know somebody else said that. That's not my quote. But I mean, it's true, because I had a friend who was a socialist who would attend communist meetings, and I'm like, dude, the moment you start making money, you're gonna be like, why the fuck do I gotta pay all this tax so somebody else who ain't doing shit for himself gotta do? And I was right. He got a kick-ass job that pays a lot of money that would allows him to support him and his family, and now he's a fucking Trump supporter. In fact, I think I convinced him. So, yeah. How much, So, yeah, I mean, I can't really get into what, there's some shit that I want to get into, but it'll have to wait until next week. But, Oscar Lopez Rivera, you are scum. I hope I meet you one day so I could tell you this to your face. You are a piece of shit. You should be still in prison. You should have gotten life. 55 years? Why? Because they couldn't prove that you were behind those killings? Prick. So anyways, I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the Crotch Out Radio Show. Come back next week. Hopefully, I'm going to get Rebecca Quintana Lopez. Rebecca Quintana. Yeah. She does Lifestyle Remix. She's been on my show like a year ago. Damn. And maybe I'll try to ask Ada Rodriguez to come on. Have some 2 Puerto Rican ladies. Or hell, if I could get Mercedes back on too, have 3 Puerto Rican ladies on my show. Yes. I think I'll try to make that shit happen. So anyways, I would like to thank everyone for listening. Please smash that like button however you are listening to this show. You could subscribe to the show on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, YouTube, Google Play, iTunes, and Spreaker. And as always, from my house to your house, mahalo.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Help the Crotch Shot Radio Show grow and thrive by doing something you already do. Shop on Amazon. Amazon always has great deals for whatever you are looking for. From survivalists and riot gear to beanie babies. Next time you're going to shop at Amazon, use my link. The prices stay the same, but I get credit for the sale. Just go to tinyurl.com/LouisB and just shop normally, knowing that you're helping support the Crotch Shot Radio Show. That's tinyurl.com/LouisB.